Welcome to Taj's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make 3 side dishes using bean sprouts. So bean sprout is probably something, depending on where you live, you have either very easy access or it's really difficult to find. But in Japan it's very easy to find bean sprouts. You can find it in any supermarket in Japan, or in konbini even, and they're usually very inexpensive, but it actually contains a lot of nutrients. And I also got this as a request, so I decided to make this video. There are quite a lot of dishes using bean sprouts, but I picked today 3 of them, which the bean sprouts are kind of like main ingredients. So today I'm going to show you first bean sprout namul, which is actually a Korean dish, but a lot of people in Japan make this. Second is bean sprout pancake. You may wonder what? You make pancake with bean sprouts. So it's a salty pancake. It's also very easy and low calorie. This may be also a good dish for if you're on a diet. And thirdly is a bean sprout stir fry. Except for the last one, the first 2 are strictly vegan, so it's also perfect for those vegans or vegetarians. And the last dish, you can also take out the bacon, then you can make it as a strictly vegan dish. So I hope these recipes will give you new ideas what you can make for your home cooking, and I hope you give these a try. Then, let's get started. Here are the ingredients for 3 side dishes using bean sprouts. So I have here about 500 grams of bean sprouts. This may seem quite a lot, but this is primarily just water, so they will shrink when you cook them, so don't worry about it. And then for the first dish, bean sprouts namuru, I have soy sauce, sesame oil, and also roasted sesame. If you can't get a hold of roasted sesame, you can roast them yourself. Then for the second dish of bean sprouts pancake, I have just regular all-purpose flour and a little bit of cheese. This may be one of the only time I use cheese in my cooking. And a stalk of scallion. And the last dish of stir-fried bean sprouts, I have a couple strips of bacon and also salt and pepper. Then let's start cooking. So for the first thing is of course washing the bean sprouts. But if you're not using everything, don't wash it beforehand, because bean sprouts go bad pretty fast when they're soaked in water. So make sure you wash them right before you use them. And also make sure you drain them well. I'm going to separate this into 3 parts. So now these are separated into 3 parts. Then we're going to prepare the rest of the ingredients. So that's just cutting up the scallion and the bacon. Then I'm going to cut them into small pieces. Then also the bacon just into small strips. Then let's finish preparing all the ingredients. Let's get cooking. So for the first dish of namuru, I'm going to cook the bean sprouts in boiling water. So I don't want to overcook this at all, so I'm going to let it come to boil, and then from that about 30 seconds to about a minute. So then this is finished. I'll turn the heat off. And make sure you run over the cold water. This is primarily to prevent it getting overcooked. And make sure you drain the water well, otherwise it won't taste good when it's too watery. Then let's mix with the sauce. And here I'm going to put in about 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. And then also about the same amount of sesame oil. So that's 2 teaspoons. And in this I'm going to put in some roasted sesame seeds. Just about a tablespoon or so, but how much ever you want. The more you put in, the tastier it will be. And I'm just going to mix it up. Then that's finished for that. Now let's make the bean sprout pancake. So today I'm going to make 2 variations, one with cheese and one without cheese. So I'm going to put in here the bean sprouts, and this in scallion. And then here about a teaspoon of water, just so that the flour sticks to the ingredients. And then I'm going to give it a good mix to it. And while you're doing this, we kind of want to break out the bean sprouts like this, so it'll be easier to handle. Then this, just about a tablespoon of flour. And then we're going to mix this up. Then I'm going to take out half of it and add in some cheese. Then this is finished preparing. Let's try this. before we go further, let's make the sauce for the bean sprouts pancake. For that, I'm gonna mix in the rice wine vinegar, soy sauce, and sesame oil with 1:1:1 ratio. So I forgot to list this in the ingredients, but we're gonna use this. I have here rice wine vinegar, but you can use any kind of vinegar like white wine vinegar or apple vinegar. Okay, that's done. Then let's fry this. So I'm gonna turn the heat to medium. So once the frying pan is heated, I'm gonna put in some frying oil. So I'm using regular sesame oil, but you can use any frying oil for this. Just about a tablespoon. Then I'm gonna make some pancakes. Then I'm gonna put the lid on and cook this for about a minute or so. So after about a minute or so, I'm gonna pat it down like this so they stick better. And I'm gonna cook like this for another minute or so. So after another minute, they're kind of stuck together, so I'm gonna flip to the other side. Oh yeah, that looks. Oh, this is looking so great. And I'm gonna cook like this for another minute or so. Then after a minute, I'm gonna turn the other side again. Oh yeah. And I'm gonna flip one more time. Oh yeah, perfect. So let's see the other side. So this is looking really good. I'm gonna put it on the plate. Turn the heat off. And that's finished for that. Then let's make the last dish of bean sprout stir fry. I'm gonna heat the frying pan to medium or high heat and heat this up. And once it's been heated, then here I'm gonna put in about a teaspoon of frying oil. Not too much frying oil because the bacon is also gonna give out a lot of fat. So once the bacon has gotten good roasted, I'm gonna put in the bean sprouts. So after about a minute of stir frying, and once the bean sprouts has gotten a little bit soggy like this, I'm gonna put in a pinch of salt and pepper. I'm gonna mix up like this. Then after about another minute of stir frying, this is finished. I'll turn the heat off and then put this on a plate. Then that's done for the stir fry. Then this is finished for all three side dishes. Let's eat. Oh, it smells so good. Let's eat. Itadakimasu. Let's start with the bean sprout namuru. Itadakimasu. Oh. Oh, it's so delicious. The flavor is very simple. The only added seasoning is the soy sauce. It just really brings out the sweetness of the bean sprouts. And this definitely matches the rice perfectly. The bean sprout pancake, a little bit of the sauce. Itadakimasu. Also very good. Oh, the soy sauce vinegar sauce is just so great. So you may have noticed this is pretty much the same as the gyoza sauce. And the variation with the cheese. Itadakimasu. This cheese just kind of adds another layer to the flavor. And surprisingly, cheese matches also this vinegar soy sauce. And if you also like it spicy, you can add in a little bit of chili sauce to this as well. Then the stir fry. Oh, this is also so very good. So the smoky flavor of the bacon is also a great match for the bean sprouts. So tasty. Oh, that was so tasty. ごちそうさまでした. Oh, that was delicious. So as you saw, these side dishes with bean sprouts is quite very easy. Each of them take no more than like 10-15 minutes or so. And this is also a perfect side dish for any Japanese food. All these are also perfect for bento, especially the first dish namuru. You can make it the day before, you can store it in the fridge and let it also marinate. And then you have more of the flavor. Or you can also use the namuru as a topping for like a ramen dish. You can also put in a little bit of chili to any of this dish and that'll also match very well. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, I'd love it if you could hit that like button so that this video can be spread out to many people. And if you have any feedbacks or questions, please feel free to write anything in the comments below. I'm always so happy to read your comments. Otherwise, I look forward to see you in the next video. Bye.